to celebrate this momentous occasion will be an understatement. Though I speak at conferences, this is my first opportunity to be giving a graduation speech, and it's a huge responsibility. So thank you for trusting me with this. About 2 decades and a couple of years ago, I was in a similar setting as you are in today, sitting in the second last row of the hall. A bit of excitement, and I can remember what was going in my head that day. There was a bit of excitement for what lies ahead, a bit of anxiety for the unknown world ahead of me, and a bit of sorrow for leaving behind such good memories. I remember my parents had traveled 2 days in a train to get to Pune from a small village in Bihar. Their eyes beaming with pride is a memory that I'll cherish for life. I was not an A grade in my class. I was somewhere in the middle. So those of you who are not graduating with A grade today, you know why I was sitting in the second last row. To you, I must remind you of a quote from the 43rd President of the United States, George W. Bush. And he said, and I quote, to those of you who are graduating this morning with high honors, awards, and degrees, I say well done. And as I like to tell the C grade students, you too can be the President of the United States. Let me begin by congratulating each one of you. You have indeed made it. You've survived 2 years of rigorous coursework, sleepless nights, and endless group projects. But in this short span, I can say with supreme certainty that you've also grown and learned more than you've ever thought possible. Welcome to the world of work. If you thought you had had enough of your parents, teachers, staff, director, etc., wait till you get your bosses. The world is facing many challenges today, from climate change to poverty to inequality, and as we speak, 2 full-fledged wars. We've not operated in a more unstable world in decades. All of these have an impact on the business world. More than ever before, the world needs your business skills and your leadership to help solve these problems. I want to leave you with a few lessons I have learned along the way. And in my 2+ decades of career, I have seen 2 big recessions, 4 wars, and countless personal failures. But I have survived. And so if I can, you can too. So here's my first advice. To us Indians, cricket is religion. So taking a leaf out of the game of cricket, I want you to know that careers are test matches. I know many of you don't know what test matches look like today, but don't ever treat your career like a one-day match, or at least like a 2020. Careers are built over time by an amalgamation of what you like doing and what is available out there. What you like is always going to be more important. You will invariably find what is available. My second lesson to you is, your first job plays an important role, but where you end up can be very different. So keep your minds and hearts open to opportunities. If my career is any example, I started as a lieutenant in the Indian Navy, went on to become a TV news war reporter covering the Iraq war in the beginning of this century, and finally landed in HR. So continue to discover yourselves. You may like the job you have today, or you may not like the job you have today, but use it as an opportunity to discover your ultimate goal. My third advice to you is networking. Your network is ultimately, they say, is your net worth. Right now, ask yourself how well you know the person sitting next to you. They say it takes a village, so build your village. My village includes colleagues from HR, finance, IT, procurement, support staff, my Navy friends, my school buddies, and even Raju Bhai, who serves me tea every morning. His tea gets me started for the day, and I cannot thank him enough for being a part of my village. For many of you, I understand It takes some courage to take the first step in forming a relationship. To you, I say, just try, and for the most part, you will not be disappointed. So get out of your comfort zones and build your village. Taking a clue from the last point, be kind. Help sometimes can come from any quarter, and as much as we don't believe it, it is true even in the corporate world. It is okay to do the extra hours for a colleague whose mom is not well. All of this kindness pays back. And how? Technology. Try to, like Professor Sitaram said, try to stay ahead of the curve. A lot of our jobs will be impacted by technology, so remember, learning doesn't stop for you here. Whatever field you are in, marketing, sales, HR, finance, make data and technology your best friends, and you will never be out of a job.